Alrighty, hello everyone, welcome to Sinful Gaming. Hope you're all doing well, hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, hope you're all fighting that war against the grey. Here, painting up my Daughters of Cain to get ready for the upcoming Hobart Hammer-On GT. So, pretty much finished my witch elves at this point. I've got like the strapping to do on some brown and the bases, but we'll do the bases all at once. And as I try to find one of the many different pots of Norn oil I've probably got sitting in here. I've got an empty one sitting in here, I don't know. So, how is everyone today? What are we all hobbying on? How's everything going? Hope everyone's doing great. John, Nick, Andrew, Revan, hello everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Just get a wash down on my horsies, on my dark steeds. So we should hopefully have these guys done in, and gals, I should say, guys and gals, done in by the end of the week. I think would be a good goal to have. At least if I can get the paint done all then it's just a day of magnetizing and basing. Yeah, so we're getting the Daughters of Cain done. Who picked up some Leagues of Votan today, or at least ordered their Leagues of Votan today? Anyone put down an order for Leagues of Votan? And if you're working on some hobby, let us know what hobby you're working on today. So hear from everyone on what you're all working on. John, didn't I tell you a little while ago, John, that was going to be how it was? That you were going to see? I did make the nice bold prediction that we were going to see them beforehand. Joey, hello. Oh, no, big move. All the best. I absolutely hate moving. By big move, do we mean like country or state or? I've got a box set aside for the Leagues of Votan. At one of my local stores. I love it, John. But yeah, so once these warlocks are done, I'll get the washers on these, and then I'll finish the strapping on the witch elves, fix up all the little bits I need to. That's fair, man. Totally get that. That was the opposite. I ended up getting like so sick that I was so close to work that they knew they could call me in at a moment's notice. So I purposely moved far enough away that I was, half an hour away from work. I was like 45 minutes away from work, so that they couldn't just call me at a moment's notice, and I could be like, "Well, I got to go home, find my stuff. That'll take me about 2 hours to get there because I'm out." Yeah, it doesn't surprise me that the Middle Earth battle hosts were popular at all, Nick. They are really, really good box sets. Well, enough if you're picking one up. We've got a whole series of videos talking about getting started with Middle Earth on the channel now. Be looking to fill the gaps with all the game systems we've talked about and played on the channel with start collecting videos. I've got Elder Scrolls one starting to come out. I do have a Rohan army. I've got to paint myself. I've got to paint my Rohan up at some point soon. So we'll get some Middle Earth stuff happening on the channel. I really like the game. It's one of my favorite games Games Workshop produce. I think it's one of the best games they produce on like a mechanics standpoint. And I'm at that age where Middle Earth is really like Lord of the Rings is really a big part of why I'm a fantasy nerd. Like the movies came out when I was, a young teenager. So nice. I got an Eastling force that definitely needs like some cataphracts added to it, which is their horseman. A couple of pieces. But yeah, if you're joining us live in the chat, let us know what you're hobbying on, what you're doing. Love to hear from everyone on what's happening. Here, chatting. If you got any hobby or gaming questions, throw them out. Happy to answer anything and everything. Oh, nice. Some Blood Bowl. Another game I want to get happening on the channel some more. Is certainly get some Blood Bowl and a lot of the sort of skirmish and secondary games. I know Nick's keen to play some Aeronautica, and once I've probably finished these, might do a little quick palette cleanser. Yeah, it does feel like the Votann Codex feels different though. It feels better, like more internally balanced. I don't think Votann are as OP as people are saying. In all honesty, I think comparatively compared to like Tyranids and Drukhari when they dropped, Votann does seem very tame compared to them. It might be slightly above average in power, but that's fine. Slightly above is okay. You know, if it ends up, 55% win rate, I think that's fine. And so I think, yeah, for me, I think Votann are definitely in a good spot. I'll be really interested to see what happens. And like you, I just can't see myself buying codices anymore. Like, I'll buy the box and that comes with one, cool, but the amount rules change in GW's product now on the regular, it really makes it hard to buy like a codice unless they're massively updating the narrative. So, like, Votann, the codex is 100% worth it because I want to read all that juicy narrative in there. But like, I don't see myself like at the moment buying like a Space Marine book or something when it's like, oh, the narrative's not changed. I'm getting most of my narrative fixed from Black Library at the moment anyway. Powering through the Black Library stories. Almost like dive back into the Horus Heresy. I've been re-listening to Horus Rising for the Horus Heresy. I should have that finished, I reckon, tomorrow morning. And then we'll be cracking on. Hamilcar came out today, so we'll probably crack into Hamilcar. Storm of Iron as well came out, which is really, really cool. That's a classic Black Library story about Honsu the Warsmith of the Iron Warriors. So... yeah, if they're not in ebook format, they sort of do lose a little bit of value to me. Water out here. I'll be back. I think I forgot to bring my water pot out. Tomorrow. That was a terrible mistake. Forgot to bring my water pot out. Speaking of Black Library, Jordan, yeah, I finished Soul Slayer and Hollow King not too long ago as well. I really enjoyed both. I will say, like, I liked Hollow King. I think it's definitely sort of a stepping stone for the character. It very much feels like a first book. Broken Chef, hello, mate. So, let's get happening with the leather. Hollow King was really fun. I think out of the two, I do think Dreki Flint is my preferred one of the two novels. I just finished Dreki Flint not too long ago as well, and I'd say that's probably the one I enjoyed the more. I actually finished that a little while ago. I've had a few books since Dreki Flint. Storm Vault was not too long ago, and I just finished the Overlords of the Iron Dragon as well. Almost finished Horus Rising. Alrighty, so now we're just going to go for strapping and see if we have any we've got to do on these witch elves. So, you're fine. I gotta say, like, leaving the job to do this like full time has been an amazing experience. I couldn't do it without the people that, like, there's some really great people in the chat that have definitely helped a long way, from supporters like yourself, Broken Chef, and Revan. So really, really, like, you two, especially like Revan and Broken Chef, you guys have been supporters for a long, long time. And like someone like Nick, who not only supports the channel, like, he has no reason to be a YouTube member. I would never ask him to, but he is. Regardless, he's a YouTube member that helps. But he also, like, is someone who comes and plays games and has been a massive, massive help to expanding the channel beyond just Warhammer. It does feel pretty surreal doing this full time. It's pretty awesome. I'm a lucky person. I've got apparently talk about things people and do things that people like enough to help support. Speaking of which, if you'd like to help support the channel and you enjoy what we do here, you can join via Patreon or YouTube members. YouTube members especially is really good. It takes less of a cut, and you get some cool emojis in the chat when we go live on streams like this. You also get to vote on, like, what armies I end up taking to events and stuff like that. Thank you very much, Broken Chef. Yeah, don't forget to like the video. It helps when people come and check us out. But trying to get more streams happening. I mean, I'm streaming 2 days in a row. Wow. Now I'm feeling much better personally. I feel like I don't struggle to get on the stream lately. Like, there was a time there where I really struggled to get streaming when I was just not feeling personally better, but I really am now. it's been interesting doing it full time. I like the fact I've managed to get to this point on being, hobby positive in my content. The cut's actually not as bad as people think with YouTube members. Yeah. I'll actually say that to anyone wondering, the cut really isn't that big a difference to make a deal with either. I think it's easier for me to give, something substantial like the emojis in the Discord chat. When I'm live, you can get the emojis. But YouTube members actually doesn't take as much of a cut as you think. Larger amounts of YouTube members also do boost people being seen. Ooh, that's a really cool idea. Revenant, yep, exactly like them. And once we hit a certain amount, I'll be getting some more done. We need 25 YouTube members, and I can add up to 10 different emojis for people. Cool thing about YouTube streaming over Twitch as well is that you can start taking members as long as you're a monetized channel. That really makes a big difference. Oh. Yeah, I will have to upload them. But yeah, so but yeah, so we're getting this done slowly but surely. Andrew, hey, dude, grab it. First Blood is such cool, and the Wydrun and Old Dominion models are stunning. They are. Yeah, I've been sweet talking the wife, so hopefully going next week onwards, I will be doing a Monday morning stream. So I can't do it this week just because she's got something on Monday. I'll be doing a Monday morning stream, which should be Sunday night for the Americans. So if you're an American, I'm going to try and get a stream that really works for you. That's not an early morning stream. because it'll be like late night for UK potentially when I start, like late night for Europe, no doubt, but it's also morning for the Aussies and Asian viewers. So yeah, the First Blood 2-player starter set, as I was saying, like those minis, the Wadrun and the Old Dominion are fantastic. Conquest is really ramping up the quality of their minis. In fact, give me a sec. I have my test model for my Old Dominion right here. So this is my test scheme. Using some Turbo Dork Metallics. It's a good rabbit hole to go down, Andrew. Not sure where you're located, but yeah, there's some community starting to pop up around it. Hoping to sort of try and get one going locally. For me, seems like it's going to be at CanCon as well, which I'll be really excited if it's there. Well, it is going to be there, so if I can snag a ticket, I'll be really excited to go to a Conquest 2-day event. UK? Yeah, there's plenty. I know there's decent scenes in the UK for Conquest. First Blood's a really fun game as well. We've got to get some First Blood games going on the channel. They sent me the starter set. I've got it down there. I've got to get it painted, but unfortunately, Tournament Army takes precedence at the moment. But yeah, I'm really excited to see more Conquest stuff getting out there. Like the minis, and the game is really good too. The new city-state stuff is looking to be an absolute awesome faction. Like Spartan-inspired humans backed up by Greek mythological creatures. So like the picture is, you know, like a very great hoplite soldier with hoplite cross Spartan, I think is the right sort of look, like when you think of the two things. I'm painting some witch elves at the moment. I've actually got my thing a little bit too high. There we go. That's better. Now you can actually see what I'm painting. I just realised that. Painting up some Daughters of Cain, got some witch elves and some Doomfire warlocks on the paint desk. Yeah, there are so many cool factions. I would say, like, if you're looking to start with one, maybe stay away from the 100 Kingdoms and the Spires at the start. Yeah. So the Daughters of Cain are for the next GT in a couple of weeks. I'll be easy done. Oh, nice. Best of luck. See you October 1st and 2nd in Hobart, Tasmania. I've then got one at the end of the month for 40k and one at the start of the month after, like literally back-to-back weekends for Age of Sigmar again, which I'll be taking Nighthaunt to. Community demand. Yeah, like look, the older sculpts aren't bad. I will say, like I've got a 100 Kingdom army right here. They are still really cool minis. Regardless, like I won't knock that. Like they're still high quality. They're still like really good quality. But yeah, they definitely aren't as close to like the Wadron and Old Dominion are a level above everything else they've done. And that like a lot of companies are really improving. Like Kings of War, the new Empire of Dust halflings and Riftforge orcs for Kings of War are fantastic miniatures. Um, I have the problem. Like, yeah, I've tried a couple of paint vlog videos. Nothing I really sort of enjoy doing, if that makes sense. I got to figure out a form of it that I like doing, because like the worst thing you can do doing this full time is do something you're not particularly enjoying. Yeah, the lore of Conquest, I love it. Yeah, the narrative of Conquest is really interesting. I do like that 9 out of 10 problems in the world of Aya can be summarized by damn spies. Or can be summarized by bloody spies did it. Oop. I will say one thing too. You know what I realized was so much bigger a model than what I thought it was? This thing. The Incarnate. This dude is big. I like it. And I actually like the G-Dub Mini. I know a lot of people hate it, but I actually like the G-Dub Mini. He was an absolute bugger to build, though. I do not like building these things. But, yeah, I really like the Mini. Oh. That's an interesting topic there, Revan. How propane has ruined the XPT. I've thought about doing like painting vlogs, so not necessarily teaching anything, but just going through what I've done, why I've done it. If that makes sense. I mean, yeah, pro-painted minis is like, it's an interesting thing. It's like, technically, it's if you do it as a job, like that's a professional piece. Like that is how you describe someone's profession. Like they do it for a living. Oh. Yeah. So yeah, what hobby projects? What do we reckon we're going to see on pre-orders? Have we seen the pre-orders for tomorrow yet? Do we know? Look on Wacom. See if we've seen pre-orders. What do we reckon we're going to see for pre-orders for next week? Do we reckon it's going to be like has to be Zinch and Luminous, surely, doesn't it? Yeah, surely it has to be them, doesn't it? Like, it just the fact they put 2 articles out, gave me hope. But like, I worried when I saw the Ogre article come out first, and I was like, oh dear. Still have. Thank you, Steve. Yeah, still have 3 hours. So, I just get confused what time it is because like Sunday is weird because they only put up the 1 article. So like all the other days they start like heaps early for us over here in Australia. What Amazon news you talking about, Nick? I do not follow enough stuff there. My news feed's been clogged with football lately. Well, clogged with people talking about a lack of football. But yeah, surely it's got to be the iOS books. I won't be playing against them though. Oh, Blood Bowl. Okay, I thought you like Amazon. I was like Amazon. Like what? What's there to care about Amazon on Amazon? Isn't everything that we care about on Amazon out at the moment? Yeah, I do want that Amazon Blood Bowl team. They look sweet. They'll be thrown in alongside, like they won't be a release on their own for a weekend. They'll be, they could easily come out this weekend as well alongside the Coda Seeds or the Army books. What battle box are we talking about, Revan? Zinch and Lumineth? That's already gone out. Yeah, the Luminous and Zinch box has already gone out. Like, that's been released. It's released about a month ago now. Which is why everyone's just like, where's my books? Nice. Yeah, surely it's got to be those books. Surely. There's a few little bits and pieces I missed with some gold on the gills. Making sure I've got everything. Nice, Steve. Yeah, I got a painted 2K army of Wood Elves for 8th ed. Really tempted to, like, I've got an Empire Knight army and a Dwarf army that I want to get finished. I just got to sort of find the slots to get them in. With 3 tournaments coming up, but then, you know, after this, it's sort of... Oh, I've missed an entire boot of black here. A little bit of black. Missed an entire boot. Ah. Nice. Old school fantasy player myself, like an old Warhammer fantasy player myself. Played fantasy before Age of Sigmar. So just rode the wave of what was coming was coming. I do have a Skaven army as well. I'm tempted to, like, because I've got a decent amount of Skaven. Tempted to, like, split my Skaven up and make an Age of Sigmar and a Warhammer fantasy army out of them. Only because I've never really taken to Skaven in Age of Sigmar. But I have played, like, Skaven were one of my main 2 armies in fantasy time. So, yeah, I have this want to, like, sort of play Skaven in fantasy a lot more than in Age of Sigmar. An old box set. Oh. Like, one I don't have, because like Wood Elves, there's not a lot of options there, because I have most of them, the old ones. If we're talking like ones I don't own, if we're talking models I don't own, the box set. Box set's more interesting. There's definitely a lot more characters I'd want. Box set, I guess Empire Free Company is a really cool box set I liked back in the day. I've got most of Battle for Skullpass written. In fact, I've got an entire Battle for Skullpass set. There's nothing I need from that. Stop dropping my models would be a good. You know what? A great box set that has fantastic minis I would love to get again would either be a Battle for Macragge or the what was it called? Dark Angels and Chaos Space Marine one. Dark Vengeance. They would be the two. Battle for Macragge or Dark Vengeance. Yeah, like launch boxes. I guess like the issue with 40k is they haven't had any dual releases like Age of Sigmar, and like we got less of the dual boxes for Age of Sigmar when we were getting singular armies out. Like, so I think it's a mix. I think it depends like what's starting, when it's starting, what's coming out. You got a Slaves to Darkness army set, but like you said, like they got a lot of new models in that kit. That's a big release for them. Yeah, can't wait to see that Demon Prince. Demon Prince, the Ogroids are what I'm in. Like, if I'm doing a Slaves to Darkness army, I'm doing Ogroids. For me, though, a lot of stuff I really want to is kill my backlog. Is going to be a big part of, I think, the rest of the year for me. And probably next year, like, I really want to kill my backlog. Yeah, the Imperial Knight Renegade box is awesome. I actually had my mate at Mithras Games, because I've been like trying to find a bunch of the old campaign books. He actually sent me out the Knight Renegade box, which is really cool. Well, not the box, but the booklets and all that. So I've got the game that came in that as well. Been trying to track down like a lot of those sort of things. Because for those who don't know, those dual box sets and stuff like that actually have like cool little narrative campaigns, like 3-part narrative campaigns in them, which I really, really like. You know, that's my sort of thing. They have some really cool little like games in them. There's a cool little game. Like that game in there is really cool. I played it when my GW store sort of had a thing. If there's one thing like GW does really well, it is their board games. Like I will say, like things like Lost Patrol that come out, even the Gangs of Korra and all of that. Those little box games they brought out. Even the game for Betrayal at Couth, the actual Betrayal at Couth board game that came inside that box is really, really good. I actually got a couple of GW board games. I picked up the 3 that they're currently selling and got to get them built and painted. And get some games with them on the channel. Yeah, like the actual board games in them are really, really good. Like yeah, GW do. It's surprising. GW make really good board games when they do it. Even like Warhammer Quest is a perfect example. All of them are really good. Space Hulk is amazing as a game. I also picked up something. If people want to see it, I might organise with Nick and we can get a group together. I got the latest Hero Quest box set. If people would like to see a Hero Quest campaign on the channel. Miss Gorkamorka. Gorkamorka was such a good game. I loved it. You know, it's like as the channel continues to grow, like I want to explore those old sort of like dead games that are still like really community supported, like Gorkamorka and Mordheim and stuff like that. There's a local Mordheim campaign running. Funnily enough, at the store that Nick works at, but it's unfortunate. First one I had something on. Next one I'm going to be away for, and the one after that I've got tournaments on, and it's just clashing with the things I'm doing. It's unfortunate. It's the problem when things are on set days. Like campaigns are hard to do on set days, I think. Yeah, I think we're going to start to see like Necromunda explore more people. But we've got plenty of stuff in Necromunda. I don't think we'll see Orcs in Necromunda anytime soon, just because I've got so much to explore in there already at the moment. I think we'll see them in there eventually, man. Like, we've seen squats in there. I think we'll see him eventually. Like, don't say never with this stuff. If it'll make money, GW will put it in. But I think probably, yeah, we've seen them in Kill Team. We're more likely to see that sort of stuff in Kill Team for now. But yeah, I would never rule out any of the game systems, including, you know, armies that sell well. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, freebooters, 100% could be a thing. A group of what freebooters come down to Necromunda. Could totally see that as a thing. Michael, thank you very much. Glad you enjoy the Call to Arms content. Massive Skyrim fan myself. Put in so many hours into that game. When I found out there was a miniatures game for it, I was only too quick to jump in on it. We'll have more getting started and start collecting videos, more gameplay stuff for the system coming up. I'm waiting for the card pack to come out for the new set, which should hopefully be soon. Once that does, we can really start delving into some Dawn Guard and Volkir Vampires and Bandits. Don't forget, guys, if you enjoy the content you see on the channel, you can help support the channel and keep us doing what we are doing on the channel by joining our YouTube members, which is linked in the video's description, or indeed joining Patreon as well. YouTube members are really appreciated. That allows you to get the emojis in the chat like people like Revan, and you get cool little badges and stuff like that if you help support that way. Great way to help support. For a couple of bucks, you can help support the channel. and get yourself some cool emojis to use in chats on live streams. So I think skirmish games are fantastic palate cleansers for me. Like, I love a big mass battle game, but just having a skirmish game there as well, I think, is a great balance for me. And if you're in the YouTube members and patrons as well, you get to vote on stuff that is going to be shown on the channel. So, for instance, and indeed what I am doing hobby-wise. So they got to vote for what Black Library novels I've been reading. You've got to vote for what army I'm going to be taking to the next Sigma GT. I'm going to put up a vote talking about for Patreon and YouTube members on what getting started videos I want to see next. Thanks, Broken Chef. Have a good day, man. Hope you have a great day. Back live with another Hangout and chat soon. Generally what I'm going to be doing, Brevin, so we'll be posting like what sort of getting started videos we want to sort of see next. So you get to sort of look at what we're going to do, because generally I run like 2 sets at once. So I've got obviously the Lord of the Rings ones coming out. I've just started on the Elder Scrolls Call to Arms one, and so we'll have a couple of options on what people want to see next. That'll be mixed in with the fact of what is happening. So obviously, you know, a lot of the what is will be like secondary stuff, because like obviously if an army book's coming out for Age of Sigmar or 40k, I'll be looking to get the content out for that. But yeah. I'm really trying to make more votes for YouTube members and Patreons to take part of, so you guys get a little bit more say on what the channel does, because you guys are the backbone. Not at all, Reverend. Like, dude, you are a Patreon and YouTube member, so I am totally okay with you asking something. I'm okay with anyone asking and giving ideas for what they would like to see on the channel. If you close yourself off from others' ideas, you might just lose like the best idea you could find. Open mind is always the best way. Yeah. Like, it's obvious, like, you don't need to, like, if people want to see, say, you know, if we do see the Lumineth and Zinch battle times, you won't need to say to me, I want to see the getting started and start collecting videos for Lumineth and Zinch. They're obviously going to be coming. This will be more for, like, catch-up stuff. So, you know, like, all right, there's 40k books I haven't done stuff on. What 40k books do you want to see? Do you want to see, you know, one of the side games? Do you want to see something like Moonstone? Get some content. But anyway. So upload schedule is really simple. 12 o'clock Australian Standard Time, Australian Central Standard Time, and 12 p.m. So 12 and 12 each day. It's 2 each day. My midnight, my midday. And streams are irregular. I'm going to try and get some regularity to the streams. And then me and Nick will have a podcast starting soon for the channel. But that's all a bit of work in progress. So anyway, I'm going to go to bed because it's past midnight now. So everyone, thank you very much for coming, hanging out and chatting. We will catch you all again real soon, everyone. Stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the grey. Ciao for now.